The man who built this car was so desperate to save it that he agreed to smuggle 59 pounds of cocaine. He had no idea every second was being filmed by the FBI. His name was John DeLorean, and just a few years earlier he had everything. The youngest division chief in General Motors history, a millionaire, the golden boy of Detroit. He dated movie stars and landed on magazine covers. The closest thing the car world had to a rock star. Then he walked away from all of it to build a car with his own name on it. And what a car it was. A body of bare stainless steel that never needed paint. Doors that opened upward toward the sky. It looked like it had driven straight out of the future. To build it, he needed a factory. He found one in Northern Ireland, in the middle of a war zone, funded by a government desperate for jobs. They poured in nearly $100 million. There was just one problem. The car wasn't very good. Under that futuristic shell sat a weak engine that struggled to feel fast. It arrived late, it cost a fortune, and it landed right in the middle of a brutal recession. The people who had waited months to buy one drove away disappointed. The car that promised the future felt slow and ordinary the moment you pressed the pedal. The cars didn't sell, they piled up by the thousands, and the money ran out fast. Within a year, the whole dream was drowning in debt. Banks circled, workers were sent home. The factory that was built to save a struggling community was about to take it down too. John DeLorean was out of options, so when an old contact offered him a way to make millions fast, he listened. The catch? It was a drug deal, tens of millions of dollars of cocaine. He showed up to the meeting, he lifted a glass of champagne to celebrate. He called the cocaine better than gold. And the men sitting across the table were undercover agents. He was arrested on the spot. The footage flashed around the world. The man who built the car of the future. Now in handcuffs, facing the rest of his life behind bars. Years later, a jury set him free. They ruled it was entrapment, that the government had baited the trap. But by then, it didn't matter. The company was already dead. Around 9,000 cars built, and then silence. And that should have been the end. A failed car, a ruined man, a forgotten name, except for one thing. A few years later, a Hollywood blockbuster put that stainless steel car on screen as a time machine. And overnight, one of the biggest flops in history became one of the most beloved cars ever made. John DeLorean lost everything chasing the future. He just never knew. The future would make him a legend anyway. If stories like this are your thing, the dreamers who flew too close to the sun, subscribe. There's a new one every week.